everyone. This is Karen with His Way Cost. I would like to have you guys come in. I want to share a little information with you this morning. As the video said, I would like to share with those that have never fasted, those who have tried to fast and it was not successful because of the detox symptoms, or those that just have heard about fasting and you're one of the naysayers keeping the ones that want to fast from fasting. So just want to kind of give you a little information on what's happening. Hopefully you've researched fasting. Being a believer myself, I've been fasting all my life, but fasting for health is something that I would say I started probably more than 10 years ago. I know I started juice fasting before I ever moved into prolonged extended fasting. 21 days I did a fast, 6 days dry fast. That's for the advanced. Please do not try to dry fast. Not until you've completed successfully other water fasts, extended water fasts. Because extended water fasts myself, I feel that can be dangerous if you're not drinking enough water, because you will be dehydrated, and you need to learn your body a lot more before going into a dry fast. So that is trial and error is how I've learned. I have sat and watched so much material from Chris James, A Healthy Alternative. He has an app called the Mighty app. That's where a lot of fasters get together and we discuss different things, let people know on a daily basis, hey, this is what I'm doing. We get on it's like a Zoom, and we get on daily and we just kind of support each other in whatever fast that we've chosen. But I do suggest that to those that have not fasted, because you're going to need that. You're going to have 1,000 questions. Now, I'm open to any questions. If you have a question, come in. I'll be there. I'll answer that question if I can. If I can't, I'll go find the answer. So we're going to jump into the video, and the first thing I want to say, number one thing when fasting, number one, is that you must open your pathways of elimination. That means that it has to come out. All the junk that's sitting in your intestines has to come out, because you're about to send some truckloads of material through there. Your liver, that's your filter. Your kidneys, all that's about to work together to get you to a healthier you. And in order to help them do what they need to do without making you sick, help your body eliminate. Let's go ahead, and I have a couple things here. If you have to, one of the things I do, because I feel that it depends on what you're trying to overcome. Some of us just want to lose a couple pounds, a couple dress sizes, look good for a wedding or any occasion. You can do that as well. This is for you as well. But for me, myself, I had a lot of hurdles that I was trying to get over. As far as I had 2 cancer scares, and it was trying to hawk me down again. And I was just dealing with so much. So this is what I did. There's a health food store near you somewhere. If you can't, then yeah, Amazon. But there should be a health food store that sells like a Sprouts or something like that sells loose leaf tea. Now those, I do my dandelion, and I do this one as well. I use a combination of teas, and then I just get a little metal tea capsule and put my loose tea in and put some warm water over it and let it sit for 5 minutes, and I drink it. It is extremely bitter, because what I use here is the mugwort. And then I have the loose leaf tea. You can also pause the video if you want to look at what I have. But like I said, it may not be for you. I deal with fibroids and all types of things that I have seen getting so much better. but this is for the things that I wanted. There is yellow dock in here. There's other things that I put together in that bag just so I would be able to help my liver, because I need that liver pristine before I start this fast. I need that liver pristine as I can possibly get it. So what I'll do, this is to help it. This is to help it, because in this is also the mugwort. It is also what you can use to help with the detox symptoms. Help with that, helps me with my cravings, helps me with my appetite. So I'll start that while I'm doing my prep. I'll start that while I'm doing my prep. So doing prep, I'll take about 3 cups a day. But doing my water fast, I only drink 1 cup a day. But I continue with that all through the fast. All through the fast. I also have a tea called Penelam. Penelam is what's going to help you eliminate. So once you take this, I don't like senna. I do have like smooth move, things like that. I don't like it because it cramps my stomach so bad. And I mean laying across the bed cramping. So I use Penelam, and Penelam helps me be able to drink that because it's extremely bitter. And because it sweetens it kind of with the fruit, the pineapple. So, but it also helps you eliminate. And when I say eliminate, stay around the house, because somebody's gonna always be knocking at your back door, if you know what I mean. So, stay around the house. I'm just saying, if you're gonna drink the Penelam, stay around the house for at least 8 hours until you feel like you're good and you're not having to run and use a public restroom or anything like that. I don't do public restrooms. So what I also do is this is the one I picked up from drinking the castle. I don't drink it, but I drop it. I use a dropper, and I'll take this castor oil, and I'll take that castor oil and I'll just drop it all the way back past my tongue so I can taste it. But if I'm about to drink that before I drink this, you can't even taste this compared to that. So I'll do that. That's one way I use my castor oil. So I'll do that to help me. We're just opening these pathways of elimination. Pathway of elimination. And we're still working on it. But this is also going to help open the liver. So you're going to get you a patch. This is what I use. I also have castor oil packs that are cloth. I didn't bring that because I don't use it. I like this so much that I never find myself using the cloth one, because it's more like a wool type cloth that you strap and you click it on the side and you just wear it on over your liver. But with this, I can pour my castor oil on it, and then I'll just stick it over my liver. Because it's so wide, I can stick it over my kidneys. I can stick it over my bladder, because I have had bladder surgery. That's something I wanted to work on, those fibroids, the bladder surgery, that type of thing. So this is what we need going in. We're still prepping. This is during our prep week. We're still prepping. So you're going to do that. Your castor oil is going to be your best friend. Make sure it's hexane free. You can take it and pour it into a glass bottle. You don't have to buy it in a glass bottle. Get it, put it in a glass bottle. These bottles here will hold this container. I reuse those bottles to take care of my sun water. So that is something that we want to do. This is my sun water since I brought it up. And I take my distilled water, and I take it out and I pour it into a gallon glass jug that sits out on my patio table. And it will, takes 4 hours to cook, is what I call it. But for the sun to charge that water, for the sun to break that water down to smaller molecules that you can actually get your cells to soak it up. And it's not just coming in one way, going out the other way. You guys, this intestine starts at the mouth and it ends at the anus. So it goes straight down. straight down, and it's curled up in waves, and but it's just one. So if you are guzzling that water, you're gonna have to pee. You're gonna have to pee. But doing those teas and doing this elimination, you have to get up to at least a gallon a day. Now, if you're a small frame person, you may not need that much. But because at one time I was 411 pounds, I need that much. I need at least 4 of these. I'm in the middle of a fast right now. Even as I talk to you, I could feel my mouth getting dry. And what I've been doing in this fast is a 5-2. I drink water for 5 days, I dry fast for 2 days, and then I drink water for 5 days, dry fast for 2 days. So this is Saturday morning, and so my 2 days are Saturday and Sunday. And I do that because I am a volunteer with Serving Hope, and we feed the homeless every second and fourth Sunday, hot meals that I cook in my home. So when I'm fasting, dry fasting, I don't have an appetite. My stomach is completely asleep, no appetite. But that allows me personally to be able to cook that food, serve that food, and not be tempted. If I'm out there serving in that heat or in the cold, I will just drink a water and go ahead and break the dry fast and start back drinking water. But it helps me not break my fast. I come equipped. I come equipped, and that's what you guys are going to have to do. You're going to have to prepare yourself not to get caught off guard. You know what you're doing. This is a mental thing. It is a spiritual thing, but it's also in your mind. That mind is going to try to convince you that something's wrong. That's why this is happening. Something is wrong. But we have to listen to our bodies. I do want you guys to do that. Listen to your bodies. Don't just go head first into this. Know what you're doing. Do it the smart way. We're still prepping. So what I also do, doing how I drink my water, I will use a Celtic sea salt. I use a Celtic sea salt. I carry it around with me in an Altoid can. So I use that because it has so many minerals. It has so many minerals. I dealt with high blood pressure. It does not run up my blood pressure. This is what I cook with. That's the only salt I use. So I keep this in this can wherever I go, and it's with me everywhere. And one in my car, one in my room, like that. That way, if I forgot it at home, I am feeling a little woozy because we're still prepping, and my body is eliminating and is pulling all this stuck poo, stuck toxins. Your fat has begun to get the signal that, hey, all this fat that I've been holding on to is because it's holding on to toxins, things that it couldn't process, things that was going to make your body sick, and the body is protecting itself. So once we begin to eliminate, it would then release these things into your bloodstream and allow it to come down to your liver, processing it, filtering it, sending it back out. But it can cause detox symptoms. You get rashes, you get all types of things. I've seen it all, to be honest with you. Once I had my leg freeze up on me doing a water fast, and it was, when I say freeze up, it was like 3 days in a cramp. If you've ever got a cramp in a Charlie horse, that's what they call it, and it didn't let go. And I was just like, okay. At the time, I was driving Uber, which I drove about 10 years. But my body, from driving 70 hours a week, and I would, it would start to cramp. I would have cramps prior to water fasting. That's what I'm trying to get to you. But this cramp wouldn't let go. 3 days. 3 days. And I'm putting that leg over in the passenger side, still picking up passengers. Why? Because mama got to bring home the bacon, and I need to work. And I would be driving, and passengers would get in, and I would just be like, Oh, I injured my leg. You can't sit in the front seat. Can you sit in the back? And I didn't want him sitting in my front seat anyway, to be honest with you. But that was, it got to the point that it scared me. Day 4, I was like, okay, something's not right. I didn't know what I knew then. Like I said, it was trial and error. That my magnesium had plummeted. And I needed to get it back into my system. And what I did, I began to, a heavy bag, I began to use magnesium flakes. I use magnesium flakes to, for many, many reasons. I would put it in a spray bottle, and I would, I just double boil this and put it in a spray bottle and spray it. I would spray it out because I had migraines as well. I would spray it all on the back of my neck. I would spray it on the back of my legs. I would put some flakes in a tub and soak my feet, which I'm about to do today because today was supposed to be my dry fast. I will start it late, probably about 4 o'clock, because I do not feel that my body is ready to move into a dry fast, hydration wise. After I consume these 2 bottles of water, I will then see where I am. And after that foot soak for about 30 minutes with the magnesium, I will see where I am. And if I feel in my body that, okay, I'm ready to be able to do that, then I'll go into it. So like I said, you guys, listen to your body. Another thing that I would have known prior to fasting is this that you guys see here is a diffuser. And you guys get you a diffuser. You can do peppermint to help you with your headaches. If now, for me, I do the diffuser, but if I get a headache, I'll just drop just 1 drop under my tongue and it'll go away just like that. And I do it prior to, I don't let that headache get into the headache. When I feel it, I just drop it and just let it go away and do some deep breathing. Deep breathing, because we lose weight through our breath. I got all this stuff from Chris James, you guys, and Chris James and what's his name, Jason Fong, Dr. Jason Fong, and I listen to and research Dr. I think it's Yahweh or something like that. Him and Dr. Sabi and all types of people. I could Josh Axe. Those are people that I go into and see, and like I said, I researched this for years, trying to figure out, hey, what went wrong? Why don't I ever experience the energy that everybody else has when they're on their fast? And I found out it's because I wasn't drinking enough water. I wasn't flushing out that, I wasn't eliminating. And that's what was making me so sick, and I could barely get out of the bed. So now this fast is the first fast that I have experienced that energy. So now that my energy is dipping, my mouth is getting dry, I'm like, something's not right. For 3 days, I haven't been able to hit my quota, which is 4 of these. So now my body is sending signals saying, I'm kind of feeling a little dehydrated here. So that's what I started doing. I also do use this as part of my elimination. We're still prepping. Elimination. This is an enema bag. This is an enema bag that you control that enema bag just like this. And I suggest for beginners, you slowly roll it and let it drip. Let it drip. You'll see that drip until you get to a comfortable enough drip to be able to let it alone and listen to some music or watch a television show. I can see my TV from the bathroom. But otherwise, this is going to be your best friend, you guys. It's going to be your best friend. I got this on Amazon. I'm going to try to put some links of the things that I have here, you guys, so you can grab it. Grab it, because I want you to be ready. I want this to be successful for you. I want you to be able to see that on the other side. Get to the other side, that healthier you. Because this is my temple that I've been given responsibility over, and I am trying my best to get back to where um, it was supposed to be. I haven't been I've never been a small girl. I hit 199 pounds at 12 years old. And I've been above. 411 is the heaviest. I was 411 when I was pregnant. And then I hit 411 with no baby. Okay? I'm just like, oh my God. Something has to break, and that was, I think, the kind of ding, 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 ding. Because for a while, I just was like, this house is fighting against me. Ever since I moved in this house, I have had such a struggle. Because prior to moving in, I had lost over 100 pounds. I have one video that I left up. It was 2018, and I was in the middle of a dry fast. I think it was like day 6 or something like that. And I was just gung-ho, and after a while I just kept getting sick. I kept getting infections, and I noticed that my son was getting sick. He kept a pink eye, and found out that our house has mold, and that's what was fighting against me. So I do want to say that as well. You guys, check your external. Check your external. Check your external. See what's going on. See if, whether it's work, whether it's the home, anywhere that you spend a lot of time in. And being that I was a homebody, plus I worked at home. I worked for Apple for 3.5 years as a supervisor in my home. So I sat in here for 14, 16 hours a day. And I found myself one day having to go to the emergency room. They couldn't find out what was going on, but I was just in so much pain. And it was like, oh, it must be a gallstone. And they didn't find any gallstones. And I'm like, I can't settle for this. But fighting depression was a thing. It was a thing. Not sitting in that room for days was a thing. And so today, one thing I do, and I do put on that list, you guys, is daily sunshine. That D3, daily sunshine. I don't care if it's 2 degrees outside. If the sun is shining, get yourself together and do as much as you can to get that sunshine. But also, you can take a supplement. I do take a D3 supplement and as well, but that natural free D3 that's out there, especially here in the summertime, we need to get out there and get it. Okay, you guys, let me know. I would like to know from you, have you fasted? Are you gonna fast? If this video helped you, anything that you learned and you already know, let me know. I do wish you guys luck. Any questions or anything that I could have kind of elaborated on a little more, I'm here for you, and I wish you all the best. Have a blessed and wonderful day.